Gang, what's up, gang?
Meet one of Zimbabwe's
wait. So in today's video, man, we are reacting to the gold mafia. Like, it's basically the story that's making a headline now about Bana, like, it goes up from Africa, basically. I think it's Zimbabwe and Kenya, the countries that are implicated, how it's being sold underground illegally by our presidents and our ministers, guys. So let's get into the story right now and check out what popped.
Diplomat was videotaped making the offer in a meeting with undercover reporters as part of an investigation by Al Jazeera into networks in Africa that use gold to launder vast sums of money. Ubert Angel is a British Zimbabwean businessman and the president.
I think Ubert Angel is this guy. When I watched the whole documentary, I didn't remember names. So this guy, he is the one. He's like the middleman that takes gold from the country out of the country. They sell the gold in Dubai. Guys, right? So they take gold out of the country and then they sell it to those big billionaires. But what happens is the country doesn't benefit from the money, right? So for instance, let's say gold costs 5 million, right? And then what happens? This guy, the middleman, basically, he takes 5 million. And then they sell the gold and get 5 million from Dubai. And then in the country they only bring 100,000. Those are the stats, guys. Maybe I don't know how many, 60 something kilograms of gold cost, like Ilanduga, how much? 5 million. They bring $100,000 back to the country. Like, the fuck? Let's just...
Presidential envoy. He claims to have made it to the Africa Forbes rich list in 2013. His net worth is around...
And another thing about this guy, in the documentary, I heard he can make predictions what's going to happen in the future. Like, in an example, one time he said, I think Crystal Palace was playing against Brighton or Newcastle. He predicted the score was gonna be 3-2 or 3-2. I think it happened exactly like that. So it's either Abalomdo, he is a real genius, or the soccer is controlled. I don't know.
$60 million, and he calls himself the prophet of success. Alexander James has this exclusive report.
Good to see you, Ambassador.
Undercover reporters posing as Chinese criminals meet one of Zimbabwe's most senior diplomats.
Ambassador at large, I'm ambassador to 85 countries, but on the special envoy, I'm a representative of the president. That means I can sign contracts, I can sign treaties with government without the president getting involved.
Woman with a trip neck.
Ubert Angel is also in...
This is where he is. He's also a pastor. I think they're gonna give that example. He's gonna give sports prediction. He's also a pastor, Jets. Fuck, corruption in other countries is big.
An evangelical preacher
Fire the Holy Ghost!
who says he has the gift of prophecy with powers to heal the sick.
It takes the power of God, but it takes somebody to believe for something to happen like this.
Angel was personally appointed by President Emerson Mnangagwa to bring investment into Zimbabwe.
He is my first ambassador at large assigned to promote Zimbabwe brand.
Zimbabwe's economy has been devastated by corruption and more than 2 decades of sanctions imposed by the United States and Europe. The local currency has no international value. The country...
So the sanctions that were imposed to Zimbabwe basically states that Zimbabwe cannot internationally sell their gold like in the other Western countries. So sanction is basically a set of rules, man. So they cannot sell their gold to other countries. So how are they gonna get rich? So basically they discovered this way that I think the president's also involved in this thing. Because his ambassador, which is Ubert, he's the one selling the gold illegally, right? So I think what in the millions ngalamali is that they sell like gold underground, you see, and because they can't sell it legally, right? Because of the sanctions that are imposed, right? Understand that? So now what they do, they sell it underground. They're supposed to get full profit, but they only get out of 5 million. 100,000 rands, which is mad. It's mad.
Country's biggest earner of US dollars is gold.
You want a gold? God, we can do it right now. We can make the call right now, and it's done with the president of Miners Association right this minute.
The president of Zimbabwe's Miners Federation is Henrietta Rushweya.
They want to invest in gold and buy gold and maybe send a private jet, picks up gold every week.
Oh, perfect. No, that's okay. Let's do it, bro.
$5 million can be cleaned every week.
We get gold worth $5 million every week. We take it out, bring another $5 million.
The ambassador is not bothered that the cash is being laundered.
It's money that cannot be declared in the country of origin.
We've already discussed it. That we don't want to talk about.
He explains a plan to smuggle the dirty cash into Zimbabwe using his diplomatic status.
Right now, I can produce a check like this with 1.2 billion and put red tape written diplomat. That's it.
Under the Vienna Convention, states agree to exempt diplomat.
You know what? Money means a lot of things, but other thing it's power. Like only power. Come on now, because Apa is clearly saying, "Bana, he can bring like a bag worth 1.2 billion and then he carry it around. They won't search him at the airport because he's a diplomat and he's got power. Come on now."
Diplomatic luggage from airport searches.
It's a very, very easy thing. It will land in Zimbabwe can't touch it. I cannot get to my house. You get it. So they can get diplomatic plane.
Ambassador Angel Henrietta Rushweya and President Mnangagwa did not respond to our request for comment. Alexander James, Al Jazeera.
And you can watch the first part of the 4-part series in the Al Jazeera investigation Gold Mafia, the laundry service, on Thursday at 20 GMT. Hope Chinono is an anti-corruption activist and documentary maker, and he's in Harare and now with us live. Good to have you with us.
So guys, what do you think about this? My solution basically is, I had a solution right now. I don't know what my solution is anymore. Right? I think these sanctions should be like, Zimbabwe should be allowed to be trading the gold, so the people who pay taxes can also benefit from their gold, right? Because now this is totally unfair. So much power and using so much money, and the country benefits. I mean, gold is a resource that's gonna run up and finish in the long term. It won't be there like go. So it's quite bad, guys. I mean, this thing like caught my eye, and I was like thinking, imagine what if something like this happens in South Africa? Like I haven't went after it after I saw it, but I want like, what if something like this also happens in South Africa? But I think we are allowed to trade our gold, like, because we are a national country. So yeah, guys, in the comment section, tell me what you think about what's happening in Zimbabwe, guys.